Hello, Aries. Welcome to your weekly reading. This is going to be for the week of the 29th to the 5th of May. I do have it written up over there to help me out whenever I forget. So that's the week we're going to be doing it for. So let's dive in and see what's going to be coming up for you. For the next week, please Spirit for Aries. Just like last week, I do have a lot of cards I want to pull out for you. For Aries, please Spirit. Ooh, all right. This one says the world. Similarly to the tarot, the traditional tarot, it is about new beginnings. In this case and in this deck as well, it does kind of signify a little bit of reaching more people. So for a lot of you, maybe in your industry, you're thinking bigger in terms of maybe your relationships or whatever. You're thinking bigger. You're wondering what more can you do. Some of you could definitely be feeling like part of your purpose is to do with like global things. So whether that is to do with environmental stuff, whether it's reaching more people, having a community across the world or whatever, animals, whatever it is, you're likely going to be thinking about benefiting the world. Okay, so I do like that energy. It's very powerful, very Aries energy, but let's carry on. Let's carry on for you, Aries. All right, let's see. You have here and now. That's very interesting to come up here. I kind of feel like there's a little bit of a reminder, and we all get this from time to time. If you're ever feeling frustrated about the timing of something, or a bit about the unknown, when is this going to happen? Is this even happening? Is this the right thing for me? Blah, 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 all that kind of stuff, all those thoughts that we can go in a spiral with. The here and now is just a reminder that where you are right now is really where the opportunities lie and where the doors start to open for you. So sure, we can wander into the past in our minds, and we can learn some things there, and that can be very beneficial. We can wander off into the possibilities of the future, because that can also be beneficial. But what's most beneficial is where you are currently. So for some of you, you might need to hear that when it comes down to your big dreams and goals, or whether it's just your life in general and where you want to take it. What you're doing today, where you are, is most important. But let's carry on. Let's see what else we have for you guys. I have this chakra deck. For Aries, please Spirit. You have passion. I like that. I like this deck. I will pull the second one for you. For my lovely Aries, please Spirit. You have vanity. Interesting. Do it because you love it. Okay, not so that other people love you. That's interesting. I don't know if there is. We do have the vanity card, and I feel like this is where it's coming in from. A lot of the time we want to be big and grandiose, but a lot of the time, especially when it comes down to your career, in which it looks like your career or something that you're passionate about is clearly on the table here, quite literally. You're being asked to do it because you love it. Don't worry about other people's opinions of it. Maybe that's something that either might be driving you a little bit. Don't worry. We all fall into the habit of it. And sometimes it's good to be a bit vain, in the sense that if you want more things in life, that's fine. But when you're seeking external validation more than internal validation, aka if you're only happy with yourself or what you're achieving just because of what other people are saying about it, then it can lean more towards ego and vanity, which again, we're all human beings. We all have the capacity to do that, and there's nothing wrong with you if you do that. Just want to give you that for those of you who it might resonate with. Okay, just a little bit of encouragement there that we can just step out of this sometimes. Vanity is really about enjoying what you have and making the most of what you have. And I feel like that's why the here and now card is here with the world. There are big things in your life that will be coming to you. There are big dreams that you guys have to fulfill. And I see it absolutely happening for you, especially because of the determination that you clearly have to make it work. But with vanity and passion, this card says do it because you love it. Don't worry about other people's opinions of you. If you find passion in something and other people don't understand it, they don't need to understand it. All that you need to understand is that if you love it, then it's for a reason. This princess, she's royalty, and she likes to read to people in her spare time. She likes to go to homes where people might be lonely. She likes to give people company, and she likes to read them books because she enjoys it. Underneath this chair, and she's vibrant from it. By the way, guys, a message here is really the fact that the more that you're doing something that you love and you're passionate about, the more that your energy is going to be more vibrant. So if you want to stand out, do something that you love for the sake of loving it, not for the sake of, again, people loving you. I don't know why that comes up. Naturally, you will have that result if you're looking for validation or success from others, you know, seeing you, then there's nothing wrong with that. But it's just about what's driving you. So make sure that passion is driving you. That newspaper article at the bottom is criticizing the princess for doing this in her free time. Who does she think she is? Why is she doing that? Why is she spending time with those people? Because she enjoys it. She finds happiness from it. And that's all that matters. So that's your message here. And again, just similar to vanity as well. Make sure that we are having fun with what we still have. At the same time as working for more. There's nothing wrong with that. I have some keywords for you guys and affirmations as well. Some extra oracle decks for you guys. Also, vanity could be from others as well. Okay, so don't get triggered at me. All right, we have discipline. All right, the affirmation for discipline is I can accomplish what I set my mind to. Amazing. Making sure that you are disciplined. I feel like there is a need to stick to a routine or build a routine if you don't have one already, just because of that here and now as well. I feel like your dreams are big. And you know, you might tend to kind of go into the thinking, the procrastination of what you're going to do, but what matters is what you're doing today, the discipline that you have today. All right, another key word before we go into the tarot. Surrender. Interesting. This affirmation is I can release my need to control. All right, so discipline and surrender. Let's dive into your tarot. There is something about relationships coming up. I only say that because on the bottom of 2 of these decks now, we have caring connections and relationships. So an additional message for somebody out there. There could be something about your relationships coming up this week, whether you're going to be getting into one, deepening a connection with someone, or finding out who your true ones are. This affirmation here is I'm attracted to those people who serve my higher good. Alrighty, let's dive into it. All right, my lovely angels. For the lovely Aries this week, let's get 3 cards to represent their energy for the week ahead. All right, I'm seeing the Queen of Cups. There's one more that jumped out, but I can't see it yet. 6 of Wands and a 9 of Swords. Interesting. That's the one I couldn't see. I could see the success. I couldn't see the fear and paranoia. So for some of you, if you do have a dream and goal, I love it. I love where you're thinking of going or who you're wanting to become. The Queen of Cups and the 6 of Wands, very compassionate energy coming from you guys. Super involved in your emotions this week, okay? So you might be feeling more sentimental, a bit more spiritual, or I'm hearing emotionally inclined, but I feel like I've just said that. I really want to say intuitive as well, because the Queen of Cups is very in her feelings, in her emotions, and a lot of the time very sensitive to what's around her, including spirit. So you could be seeing a lot more signs and synchronicities. Again, I think you're focused on compassion at this time with the Queen of Cups. Super loving energy coming from you, and I feel like that's going to be the thing that leads you to some sort of success in your life, whether it's the way that you impact people, even if it's just family members, friends. 6 of Wands is a really good card of having not only success, but having a lot of people who have your back, a lot of people who support you, who see you for who you are. 6 of Wands is also a card of coming out of kind of conflicting periods or challenges or competition. So for some of you, could actually be getting some really good news that you might, get that job, or you might get some sort of reward here for your work. This is a really good week, and maybe that's why you're feeling emotional. What I couldn't see at first was the 9 of Swords. So I feel like success will always have a challenge. So if you're looking up to people, make sure that you understand things aren't as easy as people make it out to be. There is always going to be fears, or we all have our own subconscious fears here. So you guys could be struggling with a little bit of worries here, but I'm also seeing success. So it's almost like the yin and the yang. 9 of Swords is like a bit of your mind being not the best environments for yourself. So if you're ever, struggling with sleep or struggling with your mental space, I would really suggest maybe, again, diving into a passion, getting lost into a passion, or reminding yourself that just because we're thinking about this outcome doesn't always mean that that's what's going to happen. It's mostly in terms of like negativity, because it could be a little bit of anxiety when you're thinking about your future, but everything will be okay. Let's see what's crossing you this week. Aries, what's crossing Aries? 5 of Pentacles, not feeling good enough, or maybe you have been through a loss recently. We also have Temperance, so I like that. What's crossing Aries this week, and the Moon. This could be dealing with a little bit of subconscious fears. I really don't know why. I feel like this is really about your success, and this is what your theme is probably for this week, is how you're going to get that. So whatever that success is to you will be different for everybody. The Five of Pentacles, as you can see, is quite a gloomy card, only because it's kind of a card of misery, a card of disappointments. It's a card of, again, feeling left out in the cold, literally here. This could be internal, it could be external. Maybe there's just a lot going on, or you might be reminiscing on some things that went wrong in the past and maybe having to correct them now, whether that's emotionally, whether that's literally, like your finances. Like this kind of card represents a bit of a loss in your life, not specifically a person, but situations, that don't really end well. It can leave us in a kind of crappy position. The Five of Pentacles coming through here, being what's crossing you this week, is that you could definitely have those thoughts. Sorry if that triggered anyone. I know alarms really actually trigger me, so I'm going to put that on silent. There is an emotion of feeling a bit at a lack, or actually having gone through a bit of a lack or a loss here. Temperance is a really good card coming through in your challenge position, because you will be bringing harmony into that, but we have to kind of understand that there's always a balance. She's balancing two different elements. In your case, is success and worry, anxiety and doubt. Okay. The thing that you want versus the fears that might be challenging you, or, the what ifs that might be challenging you. But there is something that can come together when these two are balanced that can actually create something that's even more incredible. So, take that however that resonates for you. I do see some sort of reconciliation possibly happening this week. It's not so much to do with like accepting people into your life, but it's more about maybe dealing with the problems or the internal issues that this may have caused you. Okay, I don't know if you heard that, but a big loud honk outside. The moon as well coming through. I mean, I'm recording this just after the full moon, so there could have been some of that's just been happening for you lately, feeling these feelings coming up. The moon is also about what's hidden. So again, some of you are really having a lot of fears, worries, and doubts resurface for you to actually recognize, where is this coming from? Why do I feel this way? Why am I doubting myself? And really kind of get into the root issue of that, like abandonment wounds or fears of failure, fearing of lack. You will be bringing harmony to these areas of your life. The moon is also just about the subconscious as well. So again, it could really be just highlighting a lot of your belief systems here. And anything else, please? Some advice for Aries this week. Seven of Wands, despite the odds, you will have success. I'll show you in a second. Let's get you 3 more. I'm doing 3s today. I don't know why. Let's get 2 more. Sorry. Advice for Aries this week. Knight of Swords. And one more advice for Aries. The High Priestess. Again, intuitive. The Moon and High Priestess can represent a secret this week, or hidden knowledge. Okay, that you guys could actually be discovering. 7 of Wands, Knight of Swords. This is kind of like, I'm feeling like a fighter energy. There is always a bit of a warning and advice with the Knight of Swords. I mean, some of you could actually receive some kind of harsh information. Again, not saying it to scare you. It could be someone's opinion. It could be someone who you've not spoken to for a while. Could be coming out. But the 7 of Wands, despite whatever is coming your way, you are absolutely able to deal with it. I would say with this though, stay silent when something comes up that's testing your patience. And I'm only saying that because the Knight of Swords wants to rush in without having all the information, whereas the High Priestess stays silent. So I would say for some of you, I don't know what the situation is that's going to come up, and probably neither do you until it comes up. But if there is anything that comes up that really triggers you, sit with it. It can be uncomfortable, and sometimes we just want to lash out to try and be understood, or to teach someone a lesson or whatever. Sit with what this is, or whatever someone's saying to you. If someone's accusing you of something and it's not true, then you don't have to explain yourself, depending on your situation, of course. But the High Priestess is really about, like, before we move forward, this situation might actually be able to resolve itself. I'm not saying don't defend yourself, because 7 of Wands is about defending yourself, but don't go running around with your sword. It's almost like anything else, self-defense is fine, And this doesn't just have to be like aggressive situations. I know I'm making it sound that way, but it doesn't have to be. It's about anything you feel is coming through as an attack against you or coming in as a challenge for you. Don't go attacking it. Just build up your defenses. And I don't know what exactly they mean by that. I'm going to sit with this for a second, because High Priestess is actually able to tap into intuitive knowledge and is able to handle it a lot differently than just running in without having all the facts, figures, and all that stuff. So when it comes down to any situation that's posing a challenge for you, I'm seeing a microphone. I felt like I just had to like do a microphone to you about that. Sit with it, think about it. You don't have to come up with a solution straight away, and in fact it's actually better for you to sit, think about it, tap into some divine knowledge, meditate on it, really sit with yourself in silence. I really feel like you'll find a better solution to something here. And if it is in terms of people, just for the odd person out there who might, the odd one person out there who might be dealing with someone who's coming in, I'm hearing slandering your name. I don't know if it's that that message for some of you, but it's just like sit with it. Like this, I feel like rushing in is not going to be the best option, but that's for some of you out there. All right, Aries, well, that is what I have for you. I really hope that this has helped in some way. Again, I do have success here for you, so don't you worry, don't you panic. This week, remember to be present. That's a very big message for you. Focus on your discipline, focus on surrendering to the divine. Again, not controlling the situation. That's quite interesting with what we just said. That Knight of Swords is like running in. I have to do something and I have to do it now. I really feel like this spirit world is really trying to communicate with you about a solution to something that you feel is a blockage or a challenge for you. And you'll work it out. Alrighty. Well, I send you my love. I wish you guys all the best. Thank you for being here with me. Make sure you like and subscribe if you enjoyed these readings. Share with some friends. I'd like to spread the word a little bit. If you do enjoy the channel, I'd love for them to be here. But anyway, aside from that, I wish you all the best, and I hope to see you guys next time. Alrighty.